All right, Michelle, take it away, my darling.
Okay, so I am going to be going over some of the announcements from the workstation and shouting out some people today. So just some announcements from the workstation. So there's a buy two Scentsy Go cases for $25 right now, which is a steal on those. If you don't need two, see if you have like a friend who might need one and you could go in together and share that. It is for a limited time only. They're offering two Scentsy Go cases for $25, which saves you $17. It's only available while supplies last or until June 2nd, whichever comes first. Another announcement is Scentsy has just released, if you have not seen it, you might be under a rock. So make sure that you are checking out. We have a new summer collection is here. So there's all kinds of new products, which is a great way to kind of help your business right now. They have warmers, they have new bars. There's like a camping theme and a beach theme going on right now. So check out those. I am super excited to smell some of the new scents. Has anybody smelled them yet? Yeah, no, me either. So I'm really excited to do that. And then the last announcement, and you can check the workstation for all of the products. If you go to the marketing tab, they have some, sorry, I got distracted by the screen share, Heather. They have some things that you can download and share all of the products from the summer collection. So the last thing is the Scentsy Family Reunion. Well, they have these shirts available now, and I'm trying to figure out how I can get to, hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the group.
The SFR one?
Yes.
Hold on, let me pull that one up.
So the group SFR shirt.
That one's the one I just showed, but this is the one from Scentsy Corporate.
Okay, so which one?
So here's the Scentsy Corporate. I don't know how much this one is though. 20. Oh wait.
Yeah, I think it's $25.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's no limit to the number you can get. They're only available to order until June 18th. But then the group SFR shirt.
Wait, wrong one. There.
Okay, so this is, you don't have to attend reunion to purchase this. The shirts are $20. They do fit true to size, just like a typical cotton t-shirt. The sizes that are available are youth large to 5X. You can add your website to the back of the shirt for only $5 more. The color of the shirt is dark gray. If you want to order, you just have to print off the order form on the group page under files, and the file is titled SFR 2019 shirt. Just scroll to the bottom and click show more for the second page. You can print it out, fill it out, and email it to Patty Ashcraft, which her email is on the order form. Okay, so now we get to shout out some people, which I'm super excited to do. So the top sales for this week out of the group of 1,141 people, we're going to go 10 to 1. We're going to go backwards. So in 10th place this week is Bethany Adams with $312. Bethany's from West Virginia. Number 9, and please forgive me if I butcher your name, because some of them I don't know how to say, so forgive me already. But number 9 is Danielle Politich with $324 from Pennsylvania. Number 8 is Brittany Deemer with $366 from West Virginia. Way to go. Number 7 is Jody Weimer, which Jody is on here, with $410 from West Virginia. I have a soft spot because she's my girl. Okay, number 6 is Diane Thompson with $524 from Maryland. Great job. Number 5 is Brianna Rigel. Sorry if I said your name wrong, with $565 from Maryland. Number 4, Heather Gorsuch with $603 from Texas. Awesome job. Number 3, Jessica Carlisle. Good job, Jessica. $643 from Pennsylvania. Number 2, so top 2, is Andrea Ryder with $647 from Pennsylvania. Awesome. And number 1 spot this week is Kayla Munchin with $842 from, Missouri? Michigan? Sorry, Michigan. Okay. All right. And our top recruiters for the week, we have 3, all tied. Angela Thompson from West Virginia, Ashley Goebel from West Virginia, and Brianna Ridgel from Maryland, all with 1 recruit this week. So way to go, everybody. Okay, so now I get to introduce our speaker, which I am super excited to hear from. So our speaker tonight is Andie Teeter. She is from Virginia. She is a superstar director of the Party Superstars. She joined Cincy in August of 2012, and she has earned every single incentive trip since joining Cincy, which is amazing. She's the most consistent at recruiting in her business, and her all-time favorite Cincy fragrance is Blue Grotto. We are so excited to hear her speak about how sponsoring impacts your business and your paycheck. And I'm personally super excited to hear from you, Andie.
Yay. Well, thank you, Michelle. I could not answer that question. I was like, my all-time favorite scent, like Blue Grotto really isn't it. I literally have like 50 to 75 favorite scents. I was like, I don't even know. I'll just pick one that I have. So I literally had Blue Grotto in, and that's like my go-to for my house. So I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Well, thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Heather, for trusting me to hopefully do okay on this. I took some notes to keep me on track, and thank you guys for muting, because if you've ever listened to me speak, I'm a hot mess. And if I literally hear one sound, I forget what I'm saying, and I'm really bad at that. So thank you for muting, because I'm pretty bad with that kind of stuff. But like Michelle said, I'm Andie, and I'm a Coastie spouse, which is why we live outside of DC right now. We have 1 more year until my husband retires at 20 years, and we are going cross-country RVing for 2 years. We're going to go cross-country and live in a camper. Yes, I'm crazy and I love it. So I'm really excited for that. And just to let you guys know just a little about me, non-Cincy, I drive a Jeep Wrangler, and I love Kung Fu movies. So if you throw one out to me, I've probably seen it. And I love sloths. So that's part of my brand. It's become part of my brand. Yes, the animal, the sloth, the really slow animal. I adore them. And I don't know. I'm 41. I have 2 kids. I have 2 boys. They're older, and I have 3 Boston Terriers. So that's a little bit about me. It's really nice to meet you guys, and hopefully if I don't know you guys, I will meet you at Reunion, hopefully, or in Marco the next few months. Please come up to me and give me a hug. I'm a hugger. I'm also like, I don't care about your title or what your team size is. I want to get to know you. So please come up and talk to me. I love that, because I have a little bit of social anxiety. So it keeps my mind off of how many people are around me and how scared I am and how much my armpits are sweating. So please come up and talk to me. So I wanted to give you guys some real examples tonight, and I am very open about sharing income. Now, some people are and some people aren't. It doesn't make it right or wrong, but I am very open about income, and I want to share some real numbers with you guys and why building a frontline is so very, very important for those paychecks that you may desire as well. Just a little background. When I first joined Cincy, I had earned a trip to Costa Rica. It was pick, pack, and play. And I decided to go to Costa Rica, and thank goodness, because I met, you guys might know her, Jen Audette, in the pool. Didn't know who she was. We were both drunk, and we started talking. And she said to me, listen, you sound like you're on the right track to make 6 figures someday. Just keep recruiting 2 to 5 people or more a month, and keep selling your 2,000, because if you're selling your 2,000, you're being put in front of a lot of people that love Scentsy that you can plant the seeds with about joining. So I listened to that crazy lady, and I adore her now because she's one of the reasons that I kept pushing forward, because I knew that there was something big at the end of this if I had patience, and I kept doing what I was doing. So I joined August of 2012, August 1st, researched the hell out of companies. I looked into every single company in direct sales. I really did not know that this is embarrassing, but I did not know that Scentsy was flameless until I got my kit. I thought I was going to be selling candles with a wick, and I was okay with that. And I got my kit and got my first Scentsy warmer, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is flameless. Now, mind you, I had researched the crap out of this. How did I not know that? I have no idea how I did not know Scentsy was flameless, but I swear to you, I did not. Scentsy came in my kit, and I was like, dang, why didn't I think about this? Why wasn't this my business idea? But anyways, when I joined, I, of course, started with a team of 0. I right away got on the phone, and I got in touch with all my friends, and I, text message on the phone. I messaged them, do this with me, do this with me. I found 2 people to do it with me. Well, my first month numbers, you'll see, I did not hit my shooting star. So that last 2 weeks, I was like, I'm hitting certified, because that is what Stephanie Malbrough is, my sponsor, and that's what she told me. She said, hit shooting star. If you don't hit shooting star, go for certified in your first month. So I said, this is my next goal. So I did hit certified, thankfully, but my teammates were not doing anything. Neither one of them went active. I didn't go lead consultant that month, but I did pull in a $250 check, and I was like, well, that wasn't that hard. All right. So fast forward, kept going. I wanted to earn this trip. I heard that recruiting was one of the keys. So I kept pushing forward. So that was August. November, I missed director by $47. Now, I'm going to share with you guys, I sold $6,800 to do that. You guys know I was not ready. I know I wasn't ready. I wasn't. And I got back up that next day. I cried a little bit, and I said, and it was because the systems were down. I didn't know I was $40 some away. I thought I had it, but things happen for a reason. Fast forward, March of 2013. So I was a consultant for 8 months. That night in November, or that morning after November, I had a decision. I was either going to lay down and keep crying like a big crybaby and be a loser and quit, or I was going to get my booty back up. I was going to go recruit more people who did want it, because obviously selling $6,800, no, I want people that want it as bad as me, so I don't have to sell that much to hit a title. So I got my booty back up. I recruited. March of 2013, 8 months in, I had a front line of 18. Active were 12 of those 18, and a team of 32. I was ready. I was 8 months in. I was ready for director. I hit director. I think we sold, I don't have it here. I think we were at like 12,000. So we were well over. My PRV was at 2,500. My paycheck was $1,738 as a new director, and that was due to my PRV and my front line being so wide, okay? 721 of that was from my team. So I still have a little ways to go, right? Like, I mean, I haven't arrived, and I still haven't arrived 6.5, 7 years later. So no, let's go forward to November of 2013, a little bit a more seasoned director. I had a team of 49, frontline 27, which for any of you, if any of you are new, frontline means people that you personally sponsor. So a front line of 27, 17 of them were active. My PRV was $2,001 because I want that bonus. And my paycheck was $2,446. It's almost 16. $1,595 of that was from team. So see where that jump comes, right? Because that front line's growing. Fast forward to a year. So 1 year, my paycheck was $2,400 as a director hitting title. fast forward 1 year at November of 2014, because I was a director for a little while. I wasn't one of those people that really skyrocketed at first. So November 2014, I was a director. My team was 139. I did have one frontline director. My frontline now is 41 people, and 29 of them were active. And it is November, so my PRV was higher, 3243. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. 3243. My paycheck now is $3,743. $2,400 of that was from team. Okay. November 2015, 1 year later, hit star director. Well, that was good for me because I had second gen directors that I wasn't getting paid off of, and I wanted to get paid off of them. So as a star director, I had a larger team for hitting star director, 287 people. My personal team that I wasn't a director of, so my personal team, so group was 287, team was 143, frontline 52 people now, because I'm striving for that 100 now. I feel like I can do it. You know, I'm going towards it. Active frontline 38. My PRV was 3,100 because again, it was November. My paycheck was $4,970. 3,900 of that was from team. Building my frontline wide. This is because of this is that paycheck. If you're not building your frontline wide, you're not going to see these numbers that I'm telling you. And yes, everything is a little bit different for everybody, but you really building that frontline wide is the key, and being consistent at recruiting every single month. So one more, I'll give you one of my first paychecks as a superstar director. So fast forward 3 years, November of 2018, superstar director, group of 443, team of 185. Frontline is now at 77. Active frontline is 50. My PRV, I don't know what I was doing this month, but it was 5265. So I must have been partying it up that month. And mind you, this is after we moved. I totally moved my business that summer into an area where I knew no one. My paycheck was $8,819, and $7,800 of that was from team. Crazy. So why did I tell you guys this? Before I went into anything else, I wanted to tell you guys this so that you can see the possibilities if you haven't hit those paychecks, and you really realize that if you're consistently recruiting every single month, whether you're recruiting 1 to 2, 2 to 5, 5 to 10, I don't want to stop you from doing what your big dreams are. Whatever you're doing, is if you're doing it consistently and you're teaching your team to do it, not all of them are going to do it, and that's okay. A small percentage of them are. Guys, just a short story. I had somebody join 70 days. She just hit her 70-day mark. This chick, well, first of all, I talked to her for a year and a half. She said she was going to join, said she was going to join. We all know how that goes, right? Finally joined. She just hit her 70 days. She has a team of 18 people, not necessarily due to the $15 kit. It was all in her first month. She recruited, and only 2 other people recruited. So she got lucky. I didn't get lucky and have those people in the beginning, but she got lucky, and she found those 2 people. And then they went and they found 1 person each, and then they became a team of 18, and she almost hit superstar consultant in her 2nd month last month. That's huge. That's crazy. That's faster than I thought. I did it fast in a few months. I mean, but see what just a couple of people can do for your organization that are new and on fire. If you're teaching them to do 2002 recruits a month, you're going to have maybe out of 30, 25 who don't want it. Maybe they're putting in, their bare minimum or whatever. But those 4 or 5 people who do want it and they're on fire, that's all you need. That's all you need. I don't want you to think of my numbers and think, oh my gosh, I have to have hundreds and hundreds of people. No, it literally starts with 1 person that wants it just as bad as you do, okay? 1 person at a time, guys. So what are some key things about these moments in my career? I never worried about losing sales. So a lot of us worried if we flip a party or we get our best customer to join, that we're going to just our businesses are going to fall, everything's going to crash and burn. And that's not the case. This is when your business flourishes the most. We also have a misconception that if we recruit people in our area, that we are going to get all the customers taken away. This is also a misconception. Guys, most of us live in areas, even if we live in a small town, we have towns around us. There's no way we can keep up with all of the customers. I think, you know, Heather, Michelle, whoever else here can tell you that we're only dealing with maybe 100 to 200 customers a year that we're repeatedly doing business with. So what about all those other people? You will drive yourself insane. You will not, like, I don't want to, you guys might have kids around, so never mind. I'm not going to say that. But anyways, just your spouse will not be happy because y'all won't be having relations. Like, you will be so busy taking care of all those people. You won't have time to do anything, okay? So you need those people to help you on your team around your area. Recruit them all. Okay. So, well, as you can see, there's nothing special about me. I mean, I don't have bad self-esteem. Before I say that, like, I don't want you to think, I'm just saying I'm a crazy hot mess. You guys, I'm very open about, I struggle with anxiety and panic, especially in large crowds. I really have a hard time. When people hear me speak, they're like, oh, she must be confident. She must be. No, I am literally a hot mess. Like, I have to talk myself into it. I have to have a drink. Like, I have to have all these preps that you don't see behind closed doors. And if I can do this business, you can too. I just need you guys to realize that you just need to be authentically you. You're going to see people. I always joke around about Steffi, because she's my sidekick. I'm her sidekick. She's my sponsor, my original sponsor. And I joke around because, like, she's, you know, sassy pants and she likes pink and glitter and all this. And I will be wearing socks with Birkenstocks and, you know, have my hair on day 10 of not washing it. And we're both authentically us, though. And that's what makes you special, is being authentically you. Don't change for your friends. Don't change for Scentsy consultants. If you're watching a Scentsy consultant that you adore, and you don't, I know sometimes we want to emulate people, but don't be you, because guess what? When you're authentically you, you're going to pull people into you, and they're going to want to be around you because you're you. Maybe you pick your nose, and that's cool, because there's other people that pick their nose out there that want to hang out with you. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But you get what I'm saying. You guys get what I'm saying. So let's see. Where was I at? Of course, I say about picking nose, and now I lose my space. All right, hold on. Coming down on the home stretch. So let's talk a little bit about anxiety, because I feel like a lot of us have it. Here's the problem with anxiety and Scentsy, right? We don't have control over people saying no or yes to us, right? So when you go to somebody, you don't have control over that. That in turn causes anxiety, right? So what can we do? Well, I've always been taught about my anxiety, the more I've learned about it, that we only control the things we can control. We can't control if somebody says no to us and doesn't want to join our team. But you know what we can control? We can control how many people are in our network and how many friends we have and how many people we're planting the seeds with Scentsy. That we can control. So that should ease your anxiety a little bit, because there's always people turning 18 out there that want to join your team. They're never going to stop being born unless we have some kind of apocalyptic thing happen. Okay? Like, they're not going to stop being born. We're going to keep getting people to turn 18. So take a breath. Now we got to figure out how we're going to find them. So what are you guys doing to find them? Are you going out in public? If you can't go out in public, you have health concerns. Maybe you want to start out doing social media. There's tons of different avenues, and I don't have time to go into it today, but there's tons of different avenues that you can take, from meeting at events, parties. You guys go out and join networking groups in your area, join a swim club, join a pool, join a fitness group, there's so many groups out there, crocheting group, Jeep Wrangler groups. There's so many groups. There's so many groups on Facebook and in person. So there's definitely ways you can meet people. Let's see. The biggest thing I've learned throughout the years, though, is we're not on a hunt. So you can't go out there and be like, when am I going to talk about Scentsy? When am I going to talk about Scentsy? If you're like that, then people are going to feel that energy from you, and they're not going to want to host parties and join, because they're going to know that all you have is Scentsy on your mind. And we think that's good as Scentsy consultants. We're like, yeah, I've always got it on my mind. It's great. But you need to make people feel special. And in order to make people feel special, you need to be present in a conversation and listen to what they are needing. They will tell you. If you listen to people closely, they will let you know how you can help them. We are servants. We're servants to our teams. We're servants to the community. We're servants to our friends. We're servants to our family. When you have a serving mentality, and it took me a long time to realize this, when you have a servant mentality and you are sincerely, authentically going out there wanting to make other people's lives better, it is going to shine through, and you're going to recruit more. You're going to book more parties, because you're not that salesperson sitting there waiting for that sharky opportunity to, say, hey, do you want to join my team? Because nobody is. Maybe people will join your team that way, but you're not going to get the right people, and you're not going to get that many people. You need to have the other mentality and the other mindset to be able to accomplish these things and go about things. Building networks is all it is building a friend network, getting more friends. That's it. That's all you're doing. And if it makes you feel better, for the next 2 weeks, practice just making friends with people and just talking to people. How many times do you guys go to that receptionist office at your doctor's and you don't know the receptionist's name because you're so busy in everyday life and you're on your phone and you're anxious about being around people or whatever, that you're not present in the moment? Be present in the moment. Ask someone their name. Ask them how they're doing. When I said earlier that I don't care what your title is or what this or that, I got caught up in that for a little bit with Scentsy, like this and that, and all these glitters and sunshines, and while that's great and you should feel proud of yourself for things you should accomplish, I want you guys to just stop and feel the moment too, and really feel, what are you doing for your business to make other people's lives better? What are you doing for your business to make your family's life better? If it's the evening, I have business hours. Some people don't agree. Some people, leaders, do not agree. But when I got to a certain point, I created business hours, and it wasn't because I didn't care about my team, but it was because my family came first. And if I wasn't spending time with my family and I wasn't happy in my life there, I couldn't be a good Scentsy consultant, because I was going to bring all that bad energy into my life from that other aspect. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Stop with the fear. Please stop with the fear. Okay, look, if you guys are on a cliff and you're looking over and you're thinking, I am fearful, I'm sweating, and I'm going to die if I jump, you're freaking right. Don't jump. That is fear that you should be listening to. Do not jump off the cliff. But there's a different fear. There's that fear monster that we have. It's an irrational fear that when we go into a room, we might see somebody that we think is cooler than us, prettier than us, skinnier than us, and we automatically think, oh my gosh, what are they going to think of me if I talk? Or what if I say the wrong thing? Or what if I say something stupid? Or what if I mention Scentsy and they don't like what I say? Or maybe they make fun of Scentsy. And we conjure up all of these things. Uh-oh. Thanks, girl. We conjure up all these things. This fear monster is on our shoulder telling us that aren't true. You are pretty enough. You are smart enough. You are thin enough. I don't care what society is telling you is the norm. Don't care about all that. I care about what you're telling yourself, and it's breaking my heart. You guys are telling yourself things that aren't true about yourself, and it's stopping you from having such a beautiful, thriving, wonderful business. Stop listening to your brain. Your what ifs are becoming your worries. Your worries are becoming your freak outs. And then you're freaking out and you're quitting on us. And we don't want you to quit on us. So stop, take a breath, quit comparing yourself to everyone else. I don't care. Because look, we all hear this on Facebook. You're seeing a reel of things that are happening with people that are the best things in their life, but you're not seeing the worst things in their life. You're not seeing me have my panic attack the morning that I have to go and speak at a Scentsy convention. You're not, see, I might be sharing this with you, but there are other people that aren't sharing these things that you don't know. You don't know their backstory. I guarantee you that Scentsy consultant that you think is so perfect, I guarantee you she farts in bed at night. I guarantee you that when she bends over, she probably farts too. Like, you guys stop with all the comparing. I mean, just stop, because you're all perfect the way you are. And you need to start believing that, because I know that your friends probably believe in that in you, and you look at yourself every morning and you see somebody ugly. It ain't cool. So stop doing it. Quit shaming. So I'm here to preach. Quit shaming everyone. Like, I see so many people shaming this person. Oh, you didn't breastfeed. I breastfed. I'm better than you. Mom shaming. Scentsy consultant shaming. Oh, you're not getting paid at title. You're not a worthy consultant. I heard somebody say something about getting paid at title. And sometimes I say things too, and I'm like, ah, shit, I did not mean that. But and I understand things come out, you know, sometimes that we don't mean. So, I mean, give yourself some grace too. But I'm just saying, quit shaming yourself, quit shaming others. When you wake up, change your mindset. So to end this, wake up every morning thinking you get to do this, not that you have to do this. We get to be Scentsy consultants. We get to bless others. We get, so it's a choice that you guys have. You can either use your anxiety, keep your anxiety from doing great things. You can either say, oh, when I lose that last 20 pounds, or when my hair grows longer, when I get my roots dyed, or whatever you're saying to yourself to that you think that is going to make you feel better about yourself. You can wait for that to happen, or you can wake up tomorrow morning and you can say, you know what, Andie was right. I'm damn awesome. I'm going to quit comparing myself to everybody else. I know my heart. I know I'm amazing. And I know I can do big things with Scentsy. And I'm going to sign up to go to Scentsy Family Reunion. And that's my last thing that I want you guys to do. If you're not signed up, please sign up. I think we have till June 11th. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but please, please go. Not only for all the free products, not only to spend time with this awesome team of yours, not only to see all these Scentsy home office people who are super authentic and awesome and there for us, and we really feel it when we're around them, trust me, because this was a big thing for me and really helped me see. When I went and saw that home office people were really cool and they were actually down to earth, and I met Heidi Norval and I saw that they were like, literally, I've talked about poop farting with Orville, like literally, like they will talk to us about everyday life. And when you're around people like that and you're like, wow, they're just like me and they really care about us, I'm telling you, magic happens inside of you because you feel good about the company. You feel like you belong to something that is authentic and real, and you have people that really do care about you. And we're not just one of those companies that like everybody's wearing glittery dresses and everything's fake at reunion, at their convention, and everybody's driving like BMW. Not that there's anything wrong with driving BMWs, but I'm just saying, like, you know, you will literally go to reunion and see somebody wearing their hat backwards with ripped up jeans. It's probably going to be me. I don't know. Sometimes I'm fancy too, but, or you'll see somebody with a prom dress, like, and it all works. And that is the beauty of Scentsy, is you don't have to be one certain thing to fit in and be successful. So good grief. I feel like I'm out of breath. Do you guys have questions? Do you guys have concerns? Anything. I'm an open book, so.
Okay, so Amy's asking, repeat that sentence. It was golden ... your what ifs are becoming.
Uh-oh, what was it? Your what ifs. Oh. So I will repeat that because I wrote this down because I could not, I can't remember. So Stop listening to your brain. Your what ifs are becoming your worries. Your worries are becoming your freakouts, and your freakouts are leading you to quit or not even start. Did anybody else have any questions in the
Yeah, you guys can unmute if you want to ask a question, or use your chat if you can't unmute. But feel
hey,
free.
Amy. I just realized that was you, Amy.
Yeah.
Hi, love. Hey. Did anybody else have any questions? And please, even the questions that, like you think that might be dumb, don't feel like that, because I might not even know them. Like, there's questions all the time where I'm like, I don't know the answer to that. So don't feel like any of your questions are.
Yeah, for sure. You can ask anything. There's nothing off limits. Anybody?
So I'll ask a question.
Thank you, Michelle. Okay.
So, I've heard some people, and Heather, I can't remember who it was that you mentioned this, but someone had said, focus on getting your 500 PRV, and that's it. And like recruit. Would you agree with that, Andie? Like, that's what in order to like build, does that make sense? Like,
well, it's hard because everybody has a different, I don't think that either way is right or wrong, because everybody has a different approach to, like, for instance, some people on my team, they do go for their 2,000 months, but they're flipping parties, so they put in their 500. Or some people believe that if your PRV is higher, that you're actually able to plant seeds with more people to recruit. The problem is and I can see, like what you said about what Heather said, the problem is sometimes people will focus all their energy on the PRV and the parties and getting that $2,000-$3,000 a month, but then they're not planting seeds with all those people. And we see that happen a lot. So I can see where Heather's coming from with saying, get your 500 in. If you're having whatever goal you set, 2 joint conversations a day, 5 join, go start with 2 a day, then work up to 5, or whatever you feel comfortable with. That is what is important in this. So I don't really think there's a right and a wrong. I just think that you need to figure out what works for you. For me, I like that extra bonus. So, as a director, that $2,000 is like a $750 bonus or more. So I like that, and I can't let go of it. But when I move in my RV, you might hear me say something different next year, because I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I will put in my 500 and just focus on recruiting hardcore, and I'll let you guys know how, I don't think there's a right or wrong to answer your question.
Yeah, and you're a consistent recruiter anyway, right, Andie? So
yes, yeah.
I think that makes a difference, right? Like, I think it's the people that consistently have no problem recruiting, they sure as heck can find the time to hit 2,000 naturally or more when you've got that good customer base and you take good care of them. Like, I'm to the point now in my business where I can get just about, and I'm not going to say this bragging, I'm just going to be real, I can pretty much get 2,000 PRV by individual orders of repeat customers at this point, 10 years in.
Yep. And to add on to that, in the beginning, I was recruiting, way more than I do now, because I am more efficient at it now. So you might need to start out recruiting 2 to 5. If you want to be on the fast track, everybody has a different goal, but if you want to be on that fast track to director or fast track to promote, you might want to recruit 2 to 5 a month. But then down the road, like, I'm okay with just my 2 a month now, because I have found systems in place, and I'll just tell you real quick what my system is. It's not really a system, but when people come on board, I talk my initial call with them. I'm like, hey, listen, as a team, we hit our shooting star, we hit certified in our first month, and we hit our sensational start. So I let them know, as a team, this is what we do. And this is, even if you're doing this for a discount, you want to hit those goals because, hey, you want the most free Sensi that you can get, and you want the highest commission that you can get. If you're not going to build a team, you want to get those things in the beginning. That, and just keeping in touch with people, is what I've found. I've had so many different systems, and just keeping in touch, texting. Magali and I don't know if you guys have listened to Magali. I believe on Elevate or one of those, she, her and I just shared with each other a couple weeks ago what she's doing, like just texting people. And she just has a schedule that she puts on a calendar, and she's like, okay, this person joined here. I'm going to text them their 5th day, their 10th day. And it doesn't matter what system you have, as long as you have a system of just keeping in contact with those people and keeping in front of them. I found that works the best.
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of it is, and what would you say, Andie, to people that are maybe 5-year itch and they're like, okay, I'll focus on recruiting, but maybe I just don't have time to give it all to the training aspect. Like, what is your advice for those that have been in a while, maybe, and that are like, what do I do? And then we'll take Tammy's question that she typed.
Well, I'm a firm believer that Scentsy offers enough training. We are here to inspire and to guide. So if you're really busy and you don't have time to necessarily train, yes, send them to their checklist, send them to Scentsy for training, tell them where they can find the training, but then just be there for to be their cheerleader and to inspire them to want to go further. And like I said, just be in contact with them. Hey, how's it going? Oh, I'm so sorry your launch party didn't go well. Let's think of some ideas real quick that you can have another launch party and maybe book 2 other parties. Like it's just about cheering them on more to me than actual training, in my opinion.
And then Tammy's asking, if you do not have a lot of people that you know who wants to join, how do you start looking for people you don't know?
Well, there's a million ways, which if I miss one of these, I think on Discover Your Aha Moments, I have a couple of videos, and I think Elevate, or gosh, I don't even know, but I do share about how I've recruited, and it's a little bit of a mix. So in all of my follow-ups that I'm doing, I do follow-ups. I use Maven. Before that, I did have a follow-up system, and I plant the seed with every single person, and I just simply say this: or girl or guy, girl or dude, girl, have you ever thought about doing this? You'd be amazing at it. That's my punchline, right? That's what I call my punchline, my pickup line, whatever you want to call it. And I just do that to everybody. So those people I'm following up with, and then I just put myself into positions where, sometimes I would join a gym. Sometimes I would go to a networking group. If I couldn't get out of the house, I would join a Jeep Wrangler group, or I do these things. I join Boston Terrier groups, Kung Fu movie lover groups. And I get in there and I say, hey guys, where are you from? Hey guys, what's the latest Kung Fu movie you watched that you like? And then I start micro conversations underneath in the comments. I add them as a friend, and then I put them in a friend list on Facebook, which if you don't know how to do that, Google it, because it's changing a lot. But you can do it from a laptop or a desktop. But you make a friend list, and then I put all these people in that friend list. Each single month I have a new friend list. So May friends, June friends, July friends. You know why I do that? Because then it gives me a way to go back, and you can go in and you can comment. If it's their birthday, you can say happy birthday under a comment. You can message them. I like to message people because that gives me a virtual notebook, because I can just go back into the message and see where we left off and remember them. Because remember, we want to make people feel special. So how special would you feel if somebody remembers you from like a month ago? You tell them that you broke your leg, and then here comes a Scentsy consultant. They're like, hey, how's your leg doing? I meant to ask you. Like, how special does that make you feel when somebody remembers you? You never know. You could be the only person that week that really cared about that person, and they could become a recruit someday because you cared about them. So I hope that kind of answered your question.
That totally did. All right, I'm going to ask another one just because I have a couple of people on here that I know this answer would completely help them. So what if you stumble over your words, you don't really know what to say, and then you have a potential somebody you want to bring it, and you end up vomiting up the mouth, and it's like you say way too many things, and then you feel stupid and ran them off or whatever. So give us a scenario of your verbiage, what to say of these micro conversations to help those kind of people. Look at everybody.
So are we talking about when people say that they want to join and I have a conversation with them then? Or are we talking about?
Let's say it's an existing customer, been buying from you even a couple of times, and you're trying to bring in that join conversation.
Okay. So yes, I don't word vomit. I used to, and it scares people. They do not need to know our whole compensation plan, about the scent and warmer of the month, about like they do not need to know all this stuff. Here's what you do. I schedule a phone call or a coffee meetup with these people. I keep it short and sweet. I tell them first, like I say, hey, you'd be great at this. That starts the conversation. I'm like, why don't we just talk? So then we talk. When we talk, I just say, listen, you sign up on my website, you start out, as an essential consultant at 20%. Once you move past that, you get bonuses. And then I stop there and I ask them, what is it that you would want out of Scentsy if you would join? So, because I need to know what they would want. I need to know if they would want to eventually build a business like me, and things change. So somebody might come in saying they don't want to and then decide they do. But after that, I just answer their questions. I don't say anything else. Here's why. When they join, if they join, you can answer those questions then. They don't really need to know all that stuff right now, and it might scare them. Whereas after they join and that initial anxiety goes away and you schedule that phone call with them when they first join, or that meetup or whatever, then you can go over all these things like scent more of the month and what happens when you hit director. You can go over all that if they want to, but just keep it super simple.
That's very helpful, because I think a lot of times people overanalyze it and you feel like you have to give,
Yep.
Oh, we have this incentive period happening and da-da-da-da-da. I mean, it doesn't even necessarily have to be compensation too. It's like just asking. I think it's a very valid point. Ask them what they want out of it, because they will tell you what they're looking for, where you can flip it to hook, line, and sinker, right?
Yeah.
What if after your chat you don't hear from them for a while? How long do you go between check-ins?
So at the end of the conversation, I always, I say, okay, what do you think? And then they'll either say, I've got to go talk to my spouse, or I got to think about this. I want to do some research. I will give them my join link so they can read over, because there's tons of good FAQs there if they do want to read more. And then I'll say, okay, when is good for you? And I'll give them a choice between 2 or 3 days. Like, hey, I've got time Friday. Are you going to be available if I message you or I text you, or however I'm going to get a hold of them? And I let them pick between those 2 or 3 days. So it's their decision when I get a hold of them. And like I said, I've had people before. The girl that just joined, I was telling you guys about, she would go and she wouldn't message me back after I would say, hey, we have a join special. I would check in with her. She wouldn't answer me back for like months and months. And I would just like, if it's people doing that every month, then I'll check in with them. And I don't necessarily check in. So I look back at her nice messages, and I was just checking in like, hey girl, what's going on? I saw on your Facebook that you went to the beach. Where's a good place to eat there? You know what I mean? Like, I kept it so you're keeping in their mind. Not only that, but you're keeping yourself in their newsfeed on Facebook if you're messaging them. So they're going to see when you go on a free incentive or when you go to a convention. And another thing I didn't mention, pay attention to who's liking your posts. That's a huge thing that I didn't watch before, and I started to watch who was liking my post. And I will message somebody, say, thank you so much for liking my post. Have you ever thought about doing this? You'd be great at it. Of course, if you don't think they're going to be great at it, don't say that. But I mean, a lot of the times people that like my post, I do think they'd be great at it. And
yeah, that's good. So would you say keep checking in with people about life, even if they're ghosting you?
Yep. Yeah. I always, like, at least once a month, or if a join special rolls around or a new catalog or something exciting's happening, I'll just check in with them.
So let's do another little quick scenario. So newsletter went out and you go in to read the report on the unique clicks. Now you're secretly following up with this piece of knowledge that you now know they clicked on join. What's your approach on that person?
So, well, I mean, just tell, I'm a very honest person. So I would just tell them, hey, I saw that you were a little bit interested. Have you ever just, and you know the answer to this already, but have you ever just thought a little bit about what it would be like to be a Scentsy consultant? And of course they're going to say yes, because duh, they clicked on it. So, and then that can kind of, well, hey, what are your hesitations? What made you not go further on it? Would you like to chat about it? Because sometimes people have misconceptions and objections that really aren't true. Like they think that, it's a pyramid scheme or whatever they're thinking in their head. They think that you have to be this salesy type of person to be good at this. They have a lot of misconceptions in their head. So they just need somebody to sit there and be like, no, that's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Holly, no, not Holly, Tammy, I really do not post on my Facebook page, only my business and VIP. Do you feel it's better to post on my mail page where everyone is, or main page?
So not flyers and things that like you're thinking, but yes, I do think using your personal page just to show, like, for instance, I will show a picture of my oil diffuser and I'll be like, oh, diffusing lemon, my house smells so clean. Or if I'm at a Scentsy event, tagging my friends that I'm showing pictures, having fun, new products I might be getting at Scentsy reunions, things like that will attract people to want to know more. But I don't do a whole lot of like, hey, here's my Scentsy flyer. Hey, we're having a sale this month. I don't do a whole lot of that on my personal wall. I do a whole lot in my VIP page, or get brave and start doing live videos. I know one of our consultants, one of our directors in Scentsy, she was doing like a Thirsty Thursday or something. Be creative. And she went live and she would like be drinking and talking to whoever was on there. And it wasn't Scentsy related, or maybe she did share like some of the Scentsy stuff, but she kept it like half and half. So it was about real life and about Scentsy, but be creative.
Yeah, and I think if you're getting crickets in an area, try something new. Like if it's not working on your business page and VIP, you have to be willing to try something new and just try it to see if you get a different response. But I am definitely not one to rely on posting for your entire business. It's not going to happen. You will not make it big in this business by hopeful posting. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. And it took me like a good year when I was a new consultant to really get people to be active on my posts, even about Scentsy if I posted a picture of a warmer, because I started to fill my personal page with customers and hostesses, but it took time and patience, because I remember being like, and just like we know on our team pages too, we start a team page, we have a new team and it's like crickets. But if you keep going and you keep adding people, it naturally will get better.
Yeah. And the ones that are commenting on your post are the ones that know you as a person and love you, right? They love you. That's why they're coming and commenting. So it's trial and error, but it's consistency, and it is be willing to try new things. And it's definitely, like Andie said, commenting on non-Scentsy things to build relationships with people. It's other conversations other than business. Any other questions, you guys? We've got a couple more minutes. I'm going to have Andie plug then for the upcoming June 6th. While y'all are thinking about what awesome question you want answered by her while she's on the line, I'm going to let her plug what's happening in 2 days.
Oh, yes. So Heather's a part of this too. We have created for Discover Your Aha Moments it's called #essential. And what that means is just essential things that you should be doing for your business. Even if you're revamping your business and you're not a new consultant, or you need to know how to train your new consultants, it can really work for all consultants, but it is geared towards getting our newbies, whether we want to call it, #certified in June or certified in 30. I think Heather, isn't that yeah, like
certified in 30.
Yeah. Like whatever you want to say, like trying to get our newbies certified, but also, like I said, it can help in other ways. So I'm sure she'll be posting the page, Discover Your Aha Moments, and definitely tune in, because it's lots of, I think we have 26 everywhere from superstar consultant to superstar director, people that are just crushing it and making things happen. And I wish we could invite everybody that's crushing it and making things happen, because that would be awesome to have a day full of hundreds and thousands of people, but we could only fit in 26. So
yeah, it's going to be amazing, especially for the new consultants, just hearing all that new info. And it's a good reminder for even seasoned consultants. Like when you do get that first recruit, it's going to be great training for their brain as a sponsor even. It's going to be amazing. Good. All right. Anybody else? Questions, comments before the last 5 minutes is up? I mean, this is last chance. First glance. Nope,
like you guys will never see me again, ever.
Never, ever.
I ain't going anywhere. I'm a Scentsy lifer.
Yeah, me too. I love it. And I love what you said too about never worry about losing sales. So many people, that is their biggest fear of reaching out to people about joining, is they think they're going to lose their sales. And Scentsy is a need. You will never, ever have a problem getting customers. I mean, it is a household name at this point. Or you'll hear, well, I knew a consultant and she quit. Or I order from my cousin, but she lives 4 states away and it takes too long to get my stuff. I mean, I can go through the scenarios of all the things you're going to hear. And we've all heard them. I mean, it's crazy, but it's so true. Offer the opportunity to everybody.
Yeah, and do something scary every single day. Consistently do something scary that makes you scared to death. Like, guys, I'm scared talking to you. I'm not lying. I've done this probably 100 times, and I'm scared. Like, look, see this red here and red here? I'm not lying to you. I get scared all the time. I'm sweating like a dude. Like, my whole sweater's drenched. Do something scary every single day, whether it's going live or, signing up to be a Scentsy presenter at one of our conventions. Do something super scary, because then you're going to realize that you're not going to die. It's not like standing on that cliff. And then you're going to be like, oh, I did it. I can do it again. And it's going to become like an addiction to you to do scary things and break through that fear all the time.
So true. Yeah, there's no growth at all if you're not taking any risk, right? And getting scared. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Andie, so much for speaking and giving all that knowledge. And it's okay to give out your address, right?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good.
I mean, I live on a military base, so unless you have a military ID, you can't come kill me, so.
That's right. Okay, so I am going to post her. Our tradition is, after you've heard this call, you take 2 seconds, you drop a thank you card in the mail and share with Andie how her little speech tonight impacted your business and what aha you took away. So it makes her heart feel happy when she knows she's helped people. So I will drop her address in our group page. So it will be there permanently, so you can just drop a thank you card. Do it now. Don't wait. You'll forget. And we will see you guys next Tuesday night with Superstar Director Amy Darrington, who is the one that Michelle is referencing, saying do the 500 and focus on sponsoring. She was the one that shared that. So she'll be our guest speaker next Tuesday night. I cannot wait to see who's in the top 10 next week. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much, Andie. And thanks, Michelle.
Thanks, guys.